I'm gonna mute myself real quick as I open the stream so I can hear the volume. Go ahead and give me like couple test phrases or something so I can see where your volume's at.
Okay. This is India Golf Niner requesting asylum. India Golf Niner. This is the Kill Pilot speaking. Currently, slight windy skies. Looks like a small patch of air is going to give us a free spot. Moist towels and peanuts in the back. If you did need, go ahead and try.
Hey, bro, that's funny. That was actually entertaining to listen to.
However you're feeling, let's do it.
Okay, well, hey, listen, everybody's usually like, "Hey, what's going on? It's your." We're not. I don't. We're not. No. I'm not feeling that. Not feeling that. But welcome. What are we gonna call this? The Sunday sit down. What would we call this?
Sunday sit downs. Yeah. Is it Sunday today?
It's not Sunday, but I mean, what can we call this? Well, either way, listen, we don't have a name for you.
Sundays with suntan.
I'm dead. It's not. It's not coming out on Sunday. I mean, I guess I can make it come out on Sunday.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. You control.
You right. You are right. Okay. I guess we'll call it Sundays with suntan, man. Hey, listen. Guys, welcome to the channel. This is the first. Well, not the first video, but this is gonna be the first start of our series, right? We play a lot of games here on this channel. We have a lot of people with us that enjoy the games that we play alongside us. And I personally have a Madden League. And in this Madden League, we have run for 46 seasons. 46 seasons. Going into season 47.
Long time.
Yeah, man. It's big time stuff. So what we want to do is I want to make sure that we bring you some content towards us so y'all can kind of connect to these players, because these players are everlasting. There's Hall of Famers that we've had from multiple Maddens ago. So I figure there's no better way to just dive into this thing for you guys than to do a deep dive on where we're at right now as we just finished the season. Wrapping it up. I want to make sure that we kind of get you guys introduced to some of the key players, see what's going on, where we're going with this thing. And I figured there was just no better way to do this than to have my good friend Adro Davis come on through and just have a little chat with me. So how you doing, Adro?
I'm chilling, brother. How are you?
Doing fantastic, man. Doing fantastic. Overall, it's been an interesting season. One of our better ones, of course. We ended up 11-5 on the season.
Yeah, I was looking at the stats. You had an impressive season, like you said, 11-5, but 28-14, first round loss. Oof. How did you feel, man? How did you feel going into that? I know the expectations were high. What happened?
I think that we came into the game feeling very good about ourselves, right? Like, we've had a really good season. We ended up playing some opponents who were elite level guys, and we had no problems with them. And maybe a couple losses here, like I said, 5 losses, but it wasn't something where I felt like we were completely out of games. No matter who we played, we tended to stay around the games. So I just wanted to, kind of keep things rolling, keep things moving forward. Hey, shut up, D. Lloyd. All right. I forgot I'm supposed to be recording and not streaming, but we're streaming it. It's fine. We're here. We're gonna keep rolling with it.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, we played the Titans in the regular season, and they ended up beating us, right? And they beat us 30-13. Coming forward into the playoff game, I thought we had a better shot at taking them down because I felt a little more comfortable with where the team was at and how we were performing. And we couldn't really lock in. I'm gonna pull it up here on the screen for you. Cordell McCray, he really, I guess, had an off game. He had a lot of trouble dealing with whoever was guarding him, and ended up coming up with one catch, I think 16 yards, 19 yards. My guy Short.
Yeah, that guy was super relevant.
Yeah, my guy Short. He's usually an anchor on the team. He only comes up with 10 carries for 30 yards, you know, and these are things that you
Wow.
can't do in playoff games, you know?
These things hurt. These things hurt. Only attempting 10 attempts to short. That guy's pivotal in that offense. I don't know. Maybe we got discouraged. How many attempts did we get from Herbert? If he threw over 40 times, we're not even running the ball here. What's going on?
I don't believe that he had 40 attempts. I want to say he sat around 20. Yeah, 12 of 20. You know, he got sacked 6 times.
You're not even. Yeah.
A lot of pressure there. That defensive line is something we know Tennessee to have. His defensive line has always been a problem, right? So
well, how do you feel about offensive line, Coach? Like, you know, thinking about just.
Listen. Offensive line is not and I know it's going to sound crazy given what I just said about what happened in the game as you're looking at the 6 sacks and, you know,
absolutely,
you see the tackles for loss outside of the sacks. There was, you know, 4 other tackles for losses, 10 tackles behind the line. We don't believe strongly or heavily behind offensive line. We don't spend the money on it. We kind of plug and play, and that's not something that's usually, I guess, popular amongst those guys who you know, who want to build a football team. You're supposed to get an O-line to protect your players, but I just find that it's without having like that elite 95 overall guy, you're not making a whole lot of difference of impact, you know. But I just think that this is just one team that got us on that day. They were better at football that day, so you know they took advantage definitely, and we just got to rebuild and kind of come back a little stronger next year and see what we can do.
I got you. Now, Coach, you had some astounding rookies this season. You know, just give us a little bit of insight on what happened with those guys and what do you think you're going to get from those guys moving forward?
So we had, you know, we had a couple rookies that I was looking to, you know, get involved, and I really was hoping they would have an impact. Some players stepped up, some players didn't quite adjust to the curve. Now we had a young man in Oscar Beasley, a wide receiver, came through with 680 yards, 8 touchdowns, really solid year. Definitely stepped into that number 3 receiver role. Really talented, made some pivotal plays. I am disappointed we couldn't really find a way to trigger that dev scenario. You need those dev scenarios to take your guy from that normal star to superstar, and you want to try and get that up as fast as possible. And that also comes with, you know, bonuses and XP. And with missing those, he could be on pace to be a regular receiver. But I do like his prospects moving into next season. Another guy that I liked was Marshall Cloud. Led my team in sacks this year. He was an absolute monster. He disrupted a lot of things. 14 sacks on the season. Edge rusher at outside linebacker, DN. Moved him around a lot. Could play inside and outside on the line. Really good with moves. Definitely excited for him because he came through and really made an impact. Just like this young man Contreras, him and Cloud together were a nice tandem. And I know I have a Jadeveon Clowney who's getting up there in age, but we want to try and make sure that we have the edge rushers to get to the quarterback and create a difference. Now, a player that I kind of was disappointed in was this young man, Joey James, who never really seemed to kind of get his feet in the league or in the season. He always seemed to be on the wrong end of animations, and it happened a lot. You know, always seemed to be seeing 22 getting mossed, getting thrown to the ground, getting ran over. You know, if you can't tackle, a lot of
highlights were made off of him.
Yeah, you know, and that's just a little too much for me.
That's
I'm not
rough.
very happy with that.
I knew a guy like that in high school. A lot of highlights.
Those are just things that you look to avoid from guys like that.
Now, Coach, you did talk about Jadeveon. Now, we were looking at, you know, the roster. It looks like Jadeveon is eligible to free agency coming up. So, you know, are you looking to pay him? Considering, you know, your thoughts on, you know, paying any of the players.
I don't quite know what you're alluding to. But in terms of Jadeveon Clowney is a amazing player. He's been a leader and a captain on this team. So he's definitely impacting the guys around him in a positive way because they look to him to be that guy, right? Jadeveon, let me see where his contract stands at real quick. Should be left end, not right end. Okay. Yeah, Jadavian, he's on his last year, but the young man is 35, right? So the question becomes, actually, as we enter this offseason, will he be returning for another season? And, I just want to know if he's going to come back. I'm leaving that decision up to him. We've reached out to his camp. His camp has let us know, that they're going to do some thinking. He's going to talk to his family. He's going to figure out what he wants to do, and he'll get back to us. But as long as he wants to play, we'll be glad to have him. And I'd love to have him retire as a Dolphin. He's been a phenomenal player for us, and he's earned that right through the years to be able to walk out of here whenever he wants. So if it's this year, we appreciate everything he's done for us. If it's not this year and it happens to be in the future, and he gives us another season and finishes out that contract, we'll be happy to talk an extension with him. But that's all up to him, kind of balls in his court.
Beautiful, Coach. I mean, well said. Coach, any thoughts moving forward? How's the team taking it? After that finish, a lot of hopes were pretty high. What do you do to keep these guys motivated?
The team comes pretty motivated, honestly. As a whole, as a group, they all know what they come here to do. They know what they can do on the field, and you really just hope it becomes something that you can see come to fruition on the field. And this season was 11-5. We win the division, so they saw some positive upticks, right? But we flirted with the idea of, trying to be that elite team. And it seems like every time we get to that door, someone is playing gatekeeper, and it happens to be these Tennessee Titans. So until we can beat these Titans, we cannot say we're elite. And I have elite talent on this team, top to bottom. My cornerbacks are top tier. My defensive linemen are coming in young, but showing a lot of promise. The weapons on offense are undeniable. I believe I have 2 or 3 99s on the offensive side of the football. It's coming to a point where we need to start making it happen. We can no longer be a team of promise. We have to be a team of action. And I need that out of these players, and that's where we're trying to go to. But we have to beat these Titans. That's what it comes down to, because we've lost to them 3 or 4 times in the playoffs now. That's just all there is to it.
Now, Coach, rumor is that you're actually a Titans fan. So, how does it feel, having your favorite team being that final gatekeeper that's just, keeping you from getting to where you want to go?
I don't like it because I feel like I have to beat my guys. I have to beat somebody I know, like beating a family member to go to the championship. I don't like that feeling, I'm supposed to be loyal to that blue, but until I'm their coach, I can't look at it like that. It has to be these Miami Dolphins. I'm a Miami Dolphins coach. I got the hat. We're sold on Miami. I love the 305, and I am fully committed to taking these Miami Dolphins to a Super Bowl and bringing them home. So that's all we are concerned with. Fanhoods do not matter.
That was a good little curveball.
Yeah, a little bit. You caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you got to show off the charm. You gotta keep it light.
A little something they wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I feel that dilly dallies. Dilly dallies. Now, I think we've covered everything. We can't really talk too much about the draft. Is there any key positions that you may be eyeing, I guess, or do you feel room for improvement?
What do we have on this team, right? Like who are the guys? What have they done, right? So just overall looking at the balance of everything, we have a pretty solid offensive line. No complaints there. I do understand it was a little underperforming. We got some young guys behind them, like this Westbrook kid, Garvin and Farrell, Smiley, as well as Jackson is still young, and so is Cameron. So there's a lot of young pieces here of guys that can step up and be that guy. And even a Reeves here, this young man here looks pretty good. So I like what we have on the offensive line. I don't think I'll make a whole lot of change there. Now, tight end is something I would look at. Not a huge factor because I don't throw to my tight end often. But, on the offensive side, I honestly think we're pretty set. Look at the quarterback is a 98, borderline 99. Got a 99 receiver, running back, Short and McCray. I don't really have any issues there. On the defensive side, though, We may look to try and get one more D lineman, maybe an edge rusher of some sort, maybe another middle linebacker. But outside of that, I don't see a whole lot of room where we have to improve. It just comes down to executing on game day. And I think we're in a really privileged position to not have to do a whole lot of team building, more so as we just have to execute on game day. When it comes time to put that 11 on the field, you have to outperform the 11 in front of you. And that's just what it comes down to, you know? So I think that moving forward with this team, we have a lot of promise. We have a window that is wide open right now, and it's time to follow through on that. But, you know, you have guys like, we'll take a look at some quick stats. Justin Herbert did 4,000 yards, gave me 34 touchdowns and 14 interceptions, and arguably one of his best seasons as a pro. And it's finally starting to click for him. The talent around him is undeniable. Stanley Short gave me 1,400 yards and 25 rushing touchdowns. Only one fumble. He's a top back in the league. I got Cordell McRae, 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns, you know. And then, you know, you got Bragg and Beasley both accounting for 13 total touchdowns and 15 or 1,600 yards. I think we're doing well, you know. Defensive side of the ball, it's shut down. On the defensive backside, you know, Creighton with 7 just moved to X Factor this year. DeAndre Brown, 6 interceptions. Kelvin Kincaid, the stud cornerback, lockdown, 4. Grubbs, lockdown corner, 3. I think that we have a lot of talent here, and you know, ultimately it's just going to come down to, can we get that pressure? And I think we did a good job of increasing that, but I need someone else to step up with Cloud. That's what it's going to come down to. So I would like to see another edge rusher, but that's about all I have looking forward to. I don't think we're going to be too active on the trade blocks. I don't think we'll be too active in the free agent market like that, maybe except for another edge rusher, but I just don't see a whole lot of room where I have to move something on this team. You know, I feel pretty confident in them and who I got in my locker room.
All right, Coach. Well, I mean, we certainly look forward to seeing what happens. I'm waiting for you to mount another banner up. Get those Titans up out of your way. So I think that's a fair bit to wrap up. I think that pretty much covered about everything.
All right, fantastic. Well, real quick, I want to thank you, Adro Davis, for sliding through. You know, being a fantastic, you know, guest for me, and helping introduce the world to this XCFL Madden League. Now, real quick, for those who do not know, okay, I am King Suntan, as the channel will tell you. You can find me at King Suntan on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. This league is the XCFL Madden League. The XCFL Network can be found at XCFL Network on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. We play, there's 31 other guys. We play Madden. You can find us advancing almost every day, if not every 2 days. We're a 48-hour league. There's content for days. There's Twitters you can find for each and every owner of a team. When it comes to this league, you know, it's really fun to have guys that do the same thing, building these storylines for all of their teams as well. If you look behind me, you will see my Super Bowl trophy. All right, there's a Super Bowl trophy there from last Madden, one with my Rams. Okay, so Super Bowl champion, a lot of fun, a lot of content. So this is just the pilot to the series I'm gonna start on the YouTube to let y'all just continue to follow along. Hopefully we get y'all some favorite players, you know, put up some plays, and then you know, I want to make sure that we can keep bringing this content for you guys. So again, I want to thank Adro Davis for following, helping me out, being a great co-host, and you know, moving forward, you can definitely look to see a couple other channels out there doing similar stuff with me, right? Adro will be starting his channel soon for our NCAA league. You can also find us doing NCAA on Twitch. You can also find a King Wimbo, a Deloy TV, who are guys that enjoy making this kind of content. So there's a lot out there that we want to, you know, try and expand and keep lifting each other up. So we appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all for following, watching. Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time.
Peace.